Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining us on this episode of Startup Talks. We are joined today by somebody special, a very young Miss Batool Aamir. I think the time has come that people my age or the uh, all the gens before me and with me, they should start learning from young talent, young founders such as Batool. Batool is a founder of a blockchain tech startup called Oval NFT, and we'll have a chat with her, learn from her because that is her domain. I'm actually excited for this conversation because this is going to be a learning experience for me too. So, Assalamu alaikum, Batool. How are you doing?
Walaikum Assalam. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for coming on to the show. Uh, so, Batul,
Thanks for having me.
what's your story? I think I was looking at your profile. You're only 19. You've started, gone on this startup journey at such a young age. You're still studying. So, what's the
Hmm.
story behind it? What got you into it?
Okay, so basically, as you have already introduced, I'm Batool Aamir,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm testing the waters of entrepreneurship through my startup called Oval NFT.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually graduated from high school, and then I took a gap year from IBA and decided to take gap year when pandemic came in, and decided to focus on my startup Oval NFT.
Mm-hmm.
And Oval NFT is basically Web 3.0 blockchain startup, and we are helping clients to strategize and implement the launch of NFTs for
Mm-hmm.
our clients from diverse backgrounds of brands, artists, and government departments and influencers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Oval NFT is about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little bit about me.
Okay, that's great. We'll talk about Oval NFT a bit later. But first, for my own
Hmm.
understanding and for whoever watches this for their understanding, for the viewers too, what is this NFT? What is blockchain? What is Web 3.0? What's all this going on? Because to me,
Hmm.
web is more about sending and receiving emails. So, what are you
Hmm.
into?
Right. Okay. So as you said, I would start it from there only.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Web 3.0 because Web 1 was the internet when internet came in 1995 or 96, and then Web 2.0 was when social media came in, and these Facebook and Instagram and everything just came in 2011 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then Web 3.0 is what this blockchain and NFT thing is, which, as you said, is a little confusing for people to understand, and that is why I intend to create awareness about it. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, when the internet came in, it was very new for people, and people were like, why would I use internet, and why would I it was like a search engine basically. But if we see it today, how far it has come, it is like if we want to order food, we can order it on the tip of our fingers, and we if we want to order a cab, we can order it. And it is like not just a search engine now, it's a lot more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And just like that, social media came in, and people were like surprised that why would we want to post a picture of us eating a pizza or showing our people that this is our family and this is what we do. Why would we want to do that? But then slowly and gradually it came in, and people started accepting it. And now I don't think anyone would say that I'm not on social media, I'm not using Facebook or Instagram. Everyone is using it nowadays. And it's the gradual evolution and revolution of things that of these Web 1 and Web 2 that took them till where we are today. And just like that, this is Web 3.0. So this is basically the same as the internet and social media. It would be going way far than we think it is right now. And for people who don't know what NFT is non-fungible token.
Mm-hmm.
And fungible basically means something. Okay, so fungible is something that can be exchanged or substituted, like currency. You can exchange it, like you can exchange 10 rupees for two 5 rupees, and it can be exchanged. There wouldn't be a difference in the value. but on the other hand, non-fungible is something that cannot be exchanged. It is one of a kind and it is unique.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why it's called non-fungible token, because it is unique. It cannot be exchanged for something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Mona Lisa, it's a original piece of art, and it cannot be swapped out for, say, a Mona Lisa poster from a gift shop, because that poster doesn't hold the same value. It was not painted by the famous painter. It is of course not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why it's called non-fungible token, and it can be in the form, it can be in any form. If we see it, it can also be used for a proof of ownership. Like if we want to if we use it as university degrees, we can, if it said this person is a graduate of this university, then we can say that this property belongs to this person. Just like recently what happened with NASA Towers, we all know that what happened with it. If it would have been if a land would have been on the blockchain and people would have known that this land belongs to the government,
Mm-hmm.
then no one would have bought it and would have not known that this is a government land.
Mm-hmm.
So you see where this comes in, it can solve a lot of problems. And similarly, if we use it for car ownership documents, for ownership documents, and along with that, it can also be used for artists. Like a lot of paintings and art has been sold for millions of dollars nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And art like the Beatles art that was sold for $69 million, and it is a great opportunity for artists to leverage this opportunity
Mm-hmm.
and actually sell their art on the on blockchain. And similarly for singers, like we see musicians, we can it can also be source a source of their income as well. And like Taylor Swift, if we take her recent example, Taylor Swift's songs were, of course, with a company who was producing her songs,
Mm-hmm.
and she had 8 albums. And all of a sudden, the company decided they do not want they decided that they are taking all the rights for themselves, and Taylor Swift had to re-record all her albums and then release it now, so that she can actually own her own songs that she made, that she sang. Like literally all the music videos of her song have her in the videos, and she has sang those songs, but she can't like own them now, because they were not on blockchain or something like that. But now we have solutions for that. Like artists can release their songs in the form of NFT, then they wouldn't be facing those problems. And similarly, if we take it in sports, sports has also gone a long way now. Like NBA Top Shot has released about basketball NFTs, and where little moments of their games are being sold as NFTs, and people are buying it. The legendary moments and the great shots that were played by the players are being sold for millions and thousands of dollars. And similarly, ICC also jumped in this NFT, and they are also selling these um, moments of games of that are loved by the fans, and they can be bought now. But we see that ICC was not very successful, I would say, in this thing, because it didn't had anything that could be uh, that was different. Like they could have, I think, um, they could have done something like celeb access or something that could have been a lot more beneficial for their fans. And just like that, NFL, a football league, and US tennis, they have released their NFTs. So you see how it is like impacting a lot of industries and every market, be it sports, singers, artists, or ownership documents. Everyone is being impacted by this NFT thing.
Okay. Now, uh, let's talk about something as a layman, right? For a layman like myself, right?
Hmm.
Who doesn't understand a common person, right? Who doesn't
Hmm.
understand, he just knows rupees and dollars and pesas and all of those things, right? Uh, As far as my understanding goes, some NFTs being sold for millions of dollars. A 13-year-old boy selling some NFTs for half a million dollars, and all of those things. I think they are all vanity metrics, right? But for a
Hmm.
layman, right? Like for myself,
Hmm.
what is an NFT? What use is it for me, right? How is it supposed to be beneficial for me or for any common person?
Right. Okay, so right now we think that, oh, it's only used for artists and musicians and sports,
Mhm.
and how are we even going to be using this
Yeah.
in the long run? But if we see it, like if we see how rapid it is gaining traction, and how rapid the evolution of NFT has been in just a matter of past few months,
Mhm.
it is going to be going a long way. And if we talk about every common person, it
Mhm.
can be used in several ways. Like just like a few days ago, HEC has announced that they will be all the universities of Pakistan will have their degrees on blockchain. HEC has announced that, like in
Mhm.
Pakistan it will be blockchain, and they want it to be no matter if the person is a graduate of this university or not. So you see now, or a few days or months later. And similarly, if we see we see this meme in Pakistan that was sold, that was the most expensive meme that was sold.
Yeah.
Friendship ended with Mudassir, which was
Yeah.
sold for, I think, $51,000.
Yeah.
Like it was created by someone in Gujranwala, and it was sold for a very high price.
Mhm.
And real estate, if we talk about land, if it is be going on blockchain, we would have so much ease in not getting of getting the right land, and we would be able to go and check that, okay, this land is on blockchain. It is like it does belong to this person who is selling us,
Mhm.
and it is right, and like that. And similarly also, the fact that not every artist, not every like and like making an NFT is very easy. It's just a Google search away. It can only be if you just search it right now on Google, it would be there that how to create an NFT. But making it in the right way and strategizing it
Mhm.
is the real thing, I guess.
So, just can you touch on this briefly? What is the relation between blockchain and NFT? Just briefly.
Okay. So they are quite similar in the sense that blockchain is basically, if we see, if we, it's kind of self-explanatory in its own word, I guess.
Mhm.
But if we see it in very simple words, it's like um, blocks of information in
Mhm.
a chain
Mhm.
where information can be stored, and it's a public ledger
Mhm.
where everyone can view it, and and those information are secure, and everyone in the world can view that, okay, this thing belongs to this person, and was sold to this person. And similarly, NFT, which is non-fungible token, it's non-fungible token, and it is on the blockchain. It lies on the blockchain. And if like a NFT is sold by A person to B person, and then by B person to C person,
Mhm.
it is visible on the blockchain that, okay, the first this thing was owned by A, and then it was sold to person B, and then it was further sold to person C. So this all activity can be seen on the blockchain.
Okay. Now, now coming on to um, Oval NFT. So, what's Oval NFT about? What are you doing with this startup of yours? What is it? How is it going to benefit people?
Okay. So, as I said, that making an NFT is very easy these days. You just have to search it on the Google, and it is there how to make an NFT, and what is required to do.
Mm-hmm.
But what is more important is to make the right NFT, and having the right things attached to it, just like making a Facebook account or a Facebook page, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
It's really simple. It could be searched on the Google and you can make a Facebook page. But making the right Facebook page and having a million likes and a million followers on it
Mm-hmm.
is like, is not for everyone. It cannot be done by everyone. And similarly, if you would have the right marketing and the right strategy,
Mm-hmm.
then only that Facebook page could have that kind of traction and that kind of benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, what NFT is that it can be created easily, but we actually do the same thing. We actually strategize and implement the launch of NFTs for brands and artists and content creators, where they can leverage this tool and can have the most out of it, and can actually have traction and that reach, and can know what suits their NFT and what is right for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the NFTs are not similar; they are different in a way. So having that right NFT is far more important than just creating an NFT. Just like I would say that Adidas, the very famous shoe brand, they
Mm-hmm.
just, like most of the brands have just stepped into this NFT thing, but they have gone all in. They have literally just a week back, I guess, they have bought a land in Metaverse,
Mm-hmm.
and they have bought these. There are these Bored Ape Yacht Club that they have bought. These are basically NFTs for thousands of dollars,
Mm-hmm.
and they have like the page of their Twitter of Adidas is has their profile picture has actually been changed, and that NFT is there.
Mm-hmm.
Like a profile picture is a very representative of that brand thing.
Yeah.
Most of the pages you see, they have their own logos or their own names on the profile picture, but they have changed it to that NFT. So they've gone all in. Like such a big brand of a global reach, going all in this NFT thing is like a big thing, I guess.
Okay. It's there's nothing to guess about, but it definitely is. Now, I understand your revenue model. You're, of course, extending these services on how to build an NFT and how to market it and how to create a value, make it more valuable. You're doing all of those things. So, since you are being incubated at the National Incubation Center in Karachi, you've only launched about 2 months back, is it? Am I correct? It's only been 2 months.
Yeah, it's been actually 4 months since we've been
Mhm.
incubated, and 2 months are left for the incubation. It
Okay,
actually started in July, and the interesting thing is, sorry, I'm cutting you off,
it's all
but
right.
the interesting thing is when we started in back in July,
Mhm.
and we got incubated, like from Karachi, we were like the top 10 startups who got incubated, and it was such, and it was a surprise when we were like pitching for our incubation and telling different people what our startup model is.
Mhm.
It was quite a big surprise for people that okay, it's a new thing, blockchain, and we have heard this thing,
Mhm.
but they didn't have the idea of what blockchain or NFT is. So
Mhm.
we really had to explain them, going all in, okay, this is this and this is that. But if we see just in a few months, like from August, September until now, it's
Mhm.
gone a long way. Like this thing, everyone knows it. Like most of the people, if we talk about our startup now, they already know what NFT is,
Mhm.
and like they know someone who is working on it, and something that they've read on the internet or something like, and and also because in Pakistan also things have started to uh, work in NFT side as well. So it has also uh, been a huge factor in fueling the craze of NFT.
Chale. Acha, now I'm going to step out of that layman's phase, right? because I've been following the startup ecosystem in Pakistan for quite some time, right? And I've been involved with the tech companies as well for consultancy services. Um, and incidentally, my 12-year-old son, he's big into gaming and into technology. He's a programmer himself. He's always pestering me about getting into this NFT stuff. So I started following NFTs and how the space is evolving in Pakistan. I know that this is more of an underground thing, so to say, all right? It's
Mm-hmm.
not, it hasn't gone really mainstream, hasn't been highlighted as such, but looking at crypto adoption on the crypto adoption index and everything, Pakistan ranks in the third place. So because it's not out in the open, so it's safe to say that it's kind of like an underground thing. And I know that some people in Lahore are working on NFTs. There's an other startup. They're also doing this thing. Um, so, and I believe you've heard of Vakar Zaka as well. He's big into blockchain and crypto, and now he's going into NFTs as well, right? So, what is it? Uh,
Yeah.
how are you going to impact the ecosystem? Because this thing has huge scope in Pakistan. You are a young
Hmm.
person, right?
Hmm.
You've only just started out. You're still studying. I don't know how you're going to manage your studies and this startup of
Hmm.
yours. I hope your family is supportive. I'm sure they are. That's why you're doing this.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
what's next? When are we going to see Oval NFT all over the place?
Very soon, I wish, very soon, I will say. So, as you said, that many people have stepped in,
Mhm.
and I would say that a very good example of this is a few months back when NFT was not a very popular name, I would say.
Mhm.
Wasim Akram had launched his NFT,
Yeah.
and it suddenly made some news on the TV and on internet that, oh, Wasim Akram has made his NFT. Okay, what is it?
Mhm.
So it turned out that it was a picture of his back in the days of a picture of him in the warm up, and it was a painting of that picture,
Mhm.
and it did it was sold for a pretty good amount of money, but I would say that it didn't go that well. Like Wasim Akram is like a huge a huge has a huge fan base,
Mhm.
and like the kind of fame he has, it would have or it could have gone a way better and a long way
Mhm.
in it in of his NFT could have gone a long way.
Mhm.
Like I would say that it was just a painting of him in his warm up. I like they could have strategized it in a way that they could have uh, given it his celebrity access. Like so many people would want to meet him in person or have a dinner with him. Like that could be a part of his NFT as well. But all that NFT had was just a painting of him, which was of course not a very good deal.
Mhm.
Like you are talking about Wasim Akram, who is like a legend
Mhm.
of this country, and it couldn't go that well because it was not strategized and implemented in a very good way, I would say.
Mhm.
So that's the thing, all NFTs cannot go very well in the market if they are not strategized very well. So
Mhm.
that's where Oval NFT comes in. And yeah, like you said, there are there are a few people who are jumping in as well, but as long as we know what we are doing, and we know that, okay, if this person did it, that's where they went wrong. Okay, if we will do it, we will make sure that we do it in the right way.
Mhm.
So I think that's the thing, and that's the thing where we think that we are capable of.
Mhm.
And inshallah, very soon we would be able to be there in the market, and we would be actually uh, we would actually have clients in this sort of pool as well.
Okay. Now, last question, Batul, have you taken on any projects as yet, or you're still setting up operations?
No, we have actually a client from a who is a they are a fintech startup and they want to give out their certificates in the form of NFT. And similarly, we have also, and they would be launching their certificates in December this month, I guess. And secondly, another client is from the creative side, and they would be also launching it in a month or two.
Okay, that's great. Chale, Batul, this was a great conversation, a good learning experience, an eye opener for me too, right? I hope it is for everybody who watches this. I'm grateful that you came on to the platform here at Startup Talks. Hopefully, someday I'll approach you and make an NFT of Startup Talks if it goes famous then,
Yeah, sure.
right?
Sure.
But I'm not
I
paying
like
I'm
I
not
was
paying
thinking,
anything for it, by the way.
yeah, sure. Like I was thinking that all of your guests who have been on this show so far could also be given NFTs
All right.
from us.
Okay, that's great. Why don't you watch all of them and start approaching all of them? Right, and tell them that, okay, hey,
Yeah, sure.
you know,
Why not?
startup talks, and here's an NFT for you. So, anyways, Batul,
Yeah.
thank you very much for being on Startup Talks. It was lovely talking to you. Best of luck with your
Thank you for having me. It was,
yeah, best of luck with your venture. Right, I'm sure it will do great and grow exponentially, hopefully, inshallah.
thank you for having me, and it was a lovely conversation with you. And thanks for inviting me over.
Okay, that's great. Have a great rest of Sunday. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.